You are listening to Feed the Beast, a weekly podcast exploring all things food with business partners, spouses, and your hosts, Chef Chris Paul and nutritionist Leanne Charles Paul of Everything We Eat. I hope you're hungry, because it's time to feed
your inner beast.
Welcome back to Feed the Beast. I'm Leanne Charles Paul.
I'm Chris Paul.
And today our guest is Sofia Deleon from Merkury, owner and founder, right? Merkury's on 21st and Chestnut. Hello, Sofia.
How's it going today?
Hi, guys. Happy to be here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for allowing us to come out to your space. For our listeners, this interview is going to be remote. We are actually at Merkury right now. And had her amazing churros. Like, those churros are fabulous. They're so good. We were actually just talking about churros. So you do a lot of different things here. It's a Guatemalan restaurant, correct?
Yeah. Central American. So we have three mains. So we have the savory and the sweet side. As far as the savory, we have the three mains, the tostadas and the taquitos, which are from Guatemala. Mm-hmm. And then we have the pupusas, which are from El Salvador / Honduras. Mm-hmm. And then on the sweet side, we have the churros, which I would say it's a churro bar because we have all kinds of churros. Like we have loop that we serve with ice cream, and we serve it with different toppings, meringue, chocolate, just anything you can think of, and ice cream. And then we have the filled ones, which are more like to order. Like people have to pre-order them, and then we'll have like the filled ones. And then we have just like minis, or we have original, and then we have trays.
Oh, cool.
So like for big events, like people just order a tray of like the original ones with like a side of, dulce de leche or chocolate.
And that's awesome. You were saying how in Central America, there's churro bars similar to how we have donut shops.
Exactly.
And we're like, where are the churro bars?
I know. We're making it happen here.
That's awesome.
So there's not, I don't know, maybe donuts are not that popular in Central America and Latin America. As much as like churros in like malls or like strip malls or something. Like you see like little churro bars that have like all kinds of churros like filled and loops.
Now, is it like with coffee for breakfast, or is it like
coffee? It's like coffee shop / churro bar. Yeah.
Oh, very
awesome.
cool. And you were telling us before we did this interview that churros had possibly originated from even back to Egypt, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they're actually not from Central America. They're like, they started, I think like the fried dough concept started in Egypt, and then somebody brought it to Portugal, and then from Portugal it went to Spain, and then from Spain it just spread everywhere.
That's so interesting. Yeah, but now we love churros, and we love your churros. Just how, for our audience members out here, just how did you get started in this business?
What's the name stand for?
Yeah.
What's Merkury?
So Merkury is broken Spanish for market. And it's so in Spanish, market is mercado, and it's like a poor way of translating mercado to English. So it's like people go market, mercado, Mercury. So it's like, a lot of people think, it's the planet. No.
It has a K for our listeners out there.
Yes.
MERK.
Yeah, and I moved to the U.S. from Guatemala to be in the corporate side of food. Like, I studied food industry management, and I have an MBA in food marketing, and I thought that I wanted to stay in the corporate side, but I just really did not like being in an office. Like, that was just not for me. So I always had in the back of my mind that when I retired, I was going to open a restaurant, but then I just saw all my friends, and they were all kind of miserable in their office jobs, and I was like, I don't really want to do this forever. So, I'm young, like, it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of energy, so it's like now or never. And I partnered with a good friend, and then we like raised the funds, and then we ended up here. But before, I did pop-ups, I did catering, I worked, in restaurants for, like, when I was in college, I did like college cafeteria restaurants.
Oh, very cool.
I worked at the restaurant in college. Just like variety of positions and areas in the food industry.
And where would you say are your foods coming from, like passed down? Is there anything that's like you remember cooking home?
Yes, so a lot of it is. So, like, when I was little, I would go to my grandparents' house, and, like, my mom doesn't cook. Like, my parents don't cook at all.
Really?
But my grandparents do. And, like they make everything from scratch. So I would go, like, both my parents work, so they would just drop us off at my grandparents, and I would just, like,
Here,
make a mess. Yeah. Like, I would be like, I would make a cake today, and my grandpa would be like, sure, like, let's go buy ingredients, and then we would just, like, make something.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then my grandma always cooked, like, traditional food, so that's where I learned, like, making, you know, tortillas from scratch, or like tamales from scratch, and like it would take 3 days because she wanted to make it authentic, and you know, but like I learned, like, you know, every single step like makes a difference. Like you can't just use the food processor, you have to use like by hand, and you well, I mean, now you can, but
now
even when Chris makes guacamole, he says that too. It's such a process.
The mortar vessel.
Yeah, you have to.
You definitely taste those flavors.
It's a big difference.
It's so true.
Yeah. So from, you know, after you got the fundraising, what happened? How did you get into this brick and mortar? What was the process before that?
I did pop-ups. Like, I worked out of a commissary kitchen, the Enterprise Center, and I did pop-ups because, you know, Central American street food is kind of different. Like, it's not like your typical pizza or, you know, hoagie. So I wanted to first kind of test the concept and make sure that people were open to those flavors. And so out of, like, we worked out of that commissary kitchen and did catering and did pop-ups throughout the city. And then we figured that people actually like it. Like, they like different things. Like, they don't want just the same thing. So from there, I always had in the back of my mind that I wanted to find brick and mortar, and I didn't want to be in South Philly, and I didn't want to be like too far. Like I wanted to be more central because the lunch business, and I didn't want. I felt like if I was in South Philly, I would have just like blended in.
Yeah,
like people would have thought that was
oversaturated.
Mexican.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good point.
Yeah, so I saw here that they had, like, especially in this strip, like, I think a lot of little restaurants have opened, like, I think Poi Dog and then Rion, and then, you know, it just seemed the former owner from here, she wanted to, like, get rid of this. She wanted to get, like, just move on with her life, and then it was just, like, the right time, and we, like, met and came to an agreement, and then ended up here, you know.
Cool. And you've been open for...
And we've been open for 4 months now.
Oh, it's only been 4 months, so wow.
And already won Best of Philly.
I know. It feels like a longer time, but it's only been 4 months,
Very cool. Where do you plan on going from here?
So I would like to expand the side of the churros. So, like I was telling you guys, like, I would
churro
ideally
bars.
have, but yeah, like open more churro bars. Maybe closer to campuses or like the Reading Terminal, like where there's a lot of foot traffic. Because I found that a lot of people still don't even know what a churro is. So I think we first need to like have the education piece and like let people know, like, okay, this exists, it's amazing, like you have to try it, and then like you can find it at all these places. And then I don't know, maybe continue doing catering where we're starting to do churro bars for weddings. And
oh, that's awesome.
I think last year there was like the donut trend where there were donut walls.
Yeah,
so
donut
now we want to
cake.
start like the churro trend and do like churro bars for weddings.
Very cool. I love it. Yeah, we're actually like, one of our friends is having a wedding. We should actually, and she's doing donuts, but she'll be like, hey, what about some churros?
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think overall, you know, what are some of the challenges you think as far as finding things that you used growing up with your grandmother to now, you know, with sourcing? Are you finding that it's a little bit tougher to get?
Yeah. So like, for example, I have this one pupus on the menu for loroco. And I thought that I was going to be able to source loroco frozen because I had seen it at different stores, but like I have not been able to. Like I have not been able to make. So loroco is an herb that tastes between broccoli and squash. And it's very unique to El Salvador and Guatemala, but I thought that they had it frozen here, but they have it in like very small quantities, so I haven't been able to like source it for food service. So I haven't been able to make that pupus sandwiches on my menu. So it has been kind of a challenge to find like some very specific things, like other like a chiote, for example. Like I'm just like there's some things that only come in like small sizes because I guess they're geared towards like the Hispanic consumer,
more of a consumer rather than wholesale.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And what other challenges have you found while trying to start this business, during the fundraising process, even during your brick and mortar process?
So I would say staffing. It's coming from the corporate side where people care about their jobs. Like I have found the turnover is amazing here. Like people just don't care sometimes. We start at 7:30 here, but maybe people will come at 7:40 or 7:38, or because what's a couple minutes late? Like this doesn't happen in an office. Like you're supposed to be early. Like that doesn't happen. So just like kind of that shock a little bit that people just really don't care, or they just won't show up, and then it's not a big deal. But just getting used to that now.
Like, this is a real job. You have to show up.
Yeah, and you especially feel it too when you're the owner and you're like,
because you have to show up.
Exactly.
And 7:30 is not even that early for many restaurants. That's actually like 2 hours later than a lot of other places, especially when you're making
if you're doing
batter
breakfast and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Sofia, thank you so much for being on the show. We learned a lot from you. I mean, guys, make sure and check out, guys and girls, make sure and check out El Merkury on 21st and Chestnut.
Yeah, and they do catering, so definitely reach out. Is there an email you'd like to say?
Sure, it's Sofia, so my name, Sofia, @elmercury.com.
Definitely.
And it's El Merkury with a K.
Oh, nice.
El Merkury with a K.
And the website is elmercury.com.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you guys should definitely check out Sofia, and be sure to check out our happenings on everythingweeat.com, and be sure to follow us on Instagram at Chris Paul Chef or Everything We Eat Philly. I know the food truck season is coming to a close pretty soon because the weather is super cold. There'll be the other food trucks that are there yearly all the time, same place. But for us popping up, it'll be coming to an end pretty soon. But we still have a lot of things there, so be sure to check us out. And again, Sofia, thank you so much. We are about to enjoy some really amazing, delicious food here at El Merkury. If you want to come on down for lunch, check her out and eat some churros. They're amazing.
All right.
Hello everyone, this is Ryan Martin, the producer and sound engineer for The Grit Studios. If you enjoy our podcasts, the most important thing you can do to support us is share this episode with your family and friends, and let us know what you think about it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you find your podcasts. Subscribing is 100% free. Don't know how to subscribe? Don't worry about it. There's a video walking you through the process in the show notes below. We will see you next week, and thank you for listening.